All right, everyone, welcome back to my channel. So the next thing we are going to take a look at is the notification service, which we use to notify the users for various actions when they are completing. One is order, the other is when there's a win a bid, the other is payment. So stay tuned and let's carry on then, right? Thank you. All right, so I think where do we start with the notification? We will start from this method, and the notification is another service which I already explained what it is. We start with this one here. It needs a bit of organizing. As you can see, I've got a repository thing here, and I want to move that one there, but there was an error, so I moved it back where it was, and I will sort it out when that is done. Let's take a look at the dependencies. We are using Java 23, and we've got Spring Boot Starter Mail. This is what the mail service, right? So we want to use mail dev, remember? Yeah. And then we've got Spring Boot Starter term leave, and this is where we create our template, and I'll show you. And then we got Spring Cloud Starter config. This is for the configuration service where we manage all the configuration, the YAML file for databases and whatever it is you want to config for the rest of the services. This way we have a centralized system where you can go to where the services can drag stuff from and do all sorts of stuff. It makes it easier, right? Because it's a microservice. And then we've got Spring Cloud Starter Netflix Eureka client. We've got Kafka, definitely we need that one, Lombok, and all the other tests that this is added automatically when you add them. And when we add micro meter tracing brave actuator is also added, and Zipkin reporter brave. So I believe that when you add the Zipkin, this is added. If it's not, do it manually. I believe I had to add it manually. Spring Boot Starter data Mongo. See, this is where the Mongo database comes in. I'm using Mongo database to look after the notification, right? Very good. So the rest of it is created and done automatically when you create your Maven project. Okay, right, that's it, right? So we've taken a look at the dependency. The next thing we're gonna take a look at is this one. So we are taking a look at the notification type. So whatever notification you want to do, you need a type. Don't forget you need a type, otherwise you get an error. Okay, so we've got a notification. As I mentioned, we've got 3 notifications at the moment that we are managing. We've got an enum notification type, and it's got order confirmation, payment confirmation, bid winner confirmation, because every time we create an order, we want a confirmation. Every time we create a payment, we want a confirmation. Every time we create a bid winner, someone wins a bid, we want a confirmation to your user. Of course, this is the repository. We need a repository, and it's the same normal repository, except that this is a Mongo repository. Just remember that, because we are using Mongo database for this one, right? So we got extends Mongo repository notification, and notification is a long type, and this is what we are talking about, right? So we've got a notification, and every time we create a notification, it should be generated. I don't know why I've blocked it, but like I said, we need to look into this better. But it should be generating each ID, so I don't have to pass the ID. And the reason why is because the method expects a string or something. We'll come back to that one. And it's the same annotations that we are using for the rest, except it's the same annotation that we are using for the rest. We have a notification type for this one, we have the date of this notification, order confirmation, payment confirmation, big what is it, bid winner confirmation. This is what we have for this class. We have anointed as document type. Okay, the next one to take a look at is the Kafka. Yeah, Kafka for all of it, right? Okay, if we, I'm just going to scroll down here, I'm just being lazy. If we go back to the payment request, so this, we've come down to the payment service again, and in the contract we got payment this, and this is some of the stuff that the payment request need. And let's go back to the payment process again. Right, remember that there is a method in the notification producer, which is our notification producer within this particular, which is this one basically. And there's a method there which we were looking at earlier on, and we are making a call to that method. We're saying the send notification, we are sending notification to the notification service. Okay, and this is the information we are sending to the notification service. Remember, I said it has to be exactly as the record that we have. Notification, payment notification request, exactly like that. Exactly like what we've got here. Right, yeah. So you got the email, last name, first name, and the rest of the say exactly as it should be. Okay, don't mess it up, you get error. So this is for the payment, we passing on these parameters and plus the payment request, and this is the information we are actually passing on to the notification. Go back to the notification, and if we go back to payment confirmation, so the producer send it to the confirmation payment consumer. So the notification consumer then consumes what the producer sent. So each service that require a notification is a producer, right? And this one is the consumer. We send the info up or to the consumer. So like the at Kafka listener will be listening to this thing through the services when you run it. And of course, then we carry on with the rest of it back. So we got the payment type confirmation, then we are adding the date and payment, and then builder. So this notification, which is this one, is basically what we are passing on there. Here, if you are wrong, it will give you an error. We have a username, payment confirmation dot get username, and the user, we are adding it together and to make it one, and then we are passing it on here as a full name for send payment success email. So this is once we send we save the notification into the repository, we want to send an email to the user. So send payment notification email, and that is the email service right here at the top there. And the email service expect this. Okay, so there's a method that expects the user email, the full username, the payment confirmation, total amount, and the order reference. Let's take a look at the email service while we are here. And this just end the error and send. If there's any error, this is what we display, right? And plus the payment reference. All right, so the payment service, sorry, email service, which we send the information to the user, is here, right? So it says we need, we've got, we are injecting the mail sender, which is a Java mail sender, and then we are injecting the Spring template engine. Then we've got the method here. We've anointed as async. Remember, we got annotation as service here, and also to require argument constructor. And if we come back to this method, we've got destination email, the full name of the user, amount, and refund. This is what we are sending through. If we can go back through, that's it, this one, right? Go back to the service. Now we are throwing an exception if something isn't right, I mean, just copy. If you need it, copy it this way. Of course, we create a template. See, you need to make sure you got the type, otherwise you can't do get template. Okay, and that's how you do it. And we are mapping all these variables that we are sending. Remember, we got the username, amount, reference, and ramping it as an object basically. Map string is a string and it's to an object, a string to an object, and then we are obviously, you take it and you do your put and you give it what you've said you want to give. It's a new hash map, and we have a contest. It's called contest. It's got a new contest. Contest sets all these variables, and then message helper dot set subject, and then this one. Okay, trial. Don't ask me too much question on this. I had to go through the tutorial to do this, and unless you want to go through the long process of creating your own, this is for that tutorial. And I need to make sure it works for me, but the person that I learned this from made sure it works, and I think it was a great tutorial. Spring HTML template process. We pass on the contest name and the contest, and then we say message helper dot set test. Message helper destination email, mail sender dot send me message, and then we are logging the info here. Email successfully sent to destination email, and that's when we send an email. And then we are logging something on and cannot send email to this person if something isn't right. All right, I would like to end the video here as we've run out of time, so we will continue this thing in the next video. See you then. Bye bye.